All right, get ready to trade in that daily grind for some serious paradise, right? We're diving deep into the Maldives today.
Oh,
These
yeah.
incredible islands just scattered across the Indian Ocean. It's like somebody just sprinkled, a handful of jewels out there.
It really is.
You think luxury, of course, but we're uncovering all the secrets, right? To make this dream trip happen on any budget.
Yeah, what's really fascinating about the Maldives is that it caters to so many different travel styles. And understanding the why, right, behind those iconic images is really going to help you personalize your trip.
Oh, I love that. So we're thinking overwater bungalows, that insanely blue water. But where do we even begin?
Well, we have to ground ourselves first, literally. Did you know that the Maldives is the flattest country on Earth? We're talking average height of only 1.5 meters above sea level.
Whoa, wait, seriously? That's shorter than most basketball players. So I'm guessing no mountain climbing on this trip, huh?
Not quite. Yeah. But that's the beauty of it, right? The Maldives is 99% water, so those overwater bungalows aren't just a gimmick. They're practically a necessity. And this unique geography really shapes the entire experience, from the amazing marine life to just that sense of being completely surrounded by ocean.
Okay, I'm already feeling more relaxed,
Yeah.
just thinking about it. So when is the best time to actually go?
That's a great question. And it really depends what you're looking for. You see, the Maldives has two main seasons, dry season from December to April and wet season from May to November. Now, dry season, that's your postcard perfect time. Calm seas, ideal for those classic overwater bungalow views. Snorkeling, diving, basically all the things you see in the brochures.
Oh, sounds dreamy. But what about wet season? Is it like torrential downpours all the time?
Not at all. The Maldives has a tropical climate, so it really rarely gets cold. Wet season just means you might see a few more rain showers, but it's also the best time for surfing, and often you'll see lower prices on flights and accommodations.
Oh, lower prices. That's always good to know. Now, speaking of accommodations, the Maldives has a reputation for being, super luxurious, which I'm not complaining about, but is that the only option? My bank account's definitely not a millionaire's.
Right. And while the Maldives does have the highest density of millionaires globally, it absolutely does not have to be a millionaire's playground.
Mm.
There's a huge range of options. Of course, you've got your jaw-dropping resorts like Maafushi, Cheval Blanc Rannalhi, Niama Private Islands. I mean, even the names just sound luxurious, right?
Yeah, those places are practically legendary. But what about us, the rest of us mortals?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. You can find incredible guest houses on local islands for a fraction of the price. Places like Humel Guest House, or even hostels like the Maldives Hostel. These aren't just budget-friendly, they offer a genuinely authentic glimpse into the local life.
Hold on, hostels in the Maldives, that's not something you hear every day. I love that there's that kind of variety. So no matter your budget, there's a way to experience this place, right?
Exactly. And don't forget about budget-friendly resorts. Places like Adaaran Maldives by Cinnamon or Hotel Ocean Grand at Hulumale, they offer the resort experience with those stunning beaches and amazing amenities, but without that eye-watering price tag.
This is already making me want to pack my bags. But what about activities? Besides lounging on those picture-perfect beaches, of course, which I could honestly do for 12 days straight.
You and me both, but the Maldives is way more than just beaches. It's an adventurer's paradise, both above and below the water.
Okay, let's talk underwater first. I mean, those turquoise waters are calling my name.
Right. The snorkeling and diving here is some of the best in the world. Imagine swimming alongside colorful reef fish, graceful manta rays, maybe even a whale shark or two. Places like HP Reef, Banana Reef, Ari Atoll, they're legendary for a reason.
Whale sharks. Sign me up. But is it all just, open ocean diving, or are there more kind of unique experiences?
Oh, for sure. For something truly unforgettable, you have to check out Sub 6. It's this underwater restaurant.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard right. Where you're surrounded by marine life while you dine. Imagine sipping cocktails, enjoying this delicious meal as fish swim past the windows.
Whoa, hold on. An underwater restaurant? That's something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It is pretty incredible, and it really shows you how diverse that Maldivian experience can be. But even above the water, there's so much to explore. You can visit local islands like Huhumele and Vilangili, get a taste of city life in Male, or even visit the Grand Friday Mosque. It's the largest mosque in the country.
So we've got underwater adventures, cultural exploration. What else am I missing?
How about some sunset cruises? Dolphin watching, fishing trips, or kayaking through those mangrove forests? And of course, there's always the option to just relax on those pristine beaches, soak up the sun, and just enjoy the incredible natural beauty.
Okay, I'm officially overwhelmed, but in the best way possible. This is shaping up to be one epic trip, but all this activity is making me hungry. What's the food scene like in the Maldives?
Oh, get ready for a culinary adventure. The Maldives is a seafood lover's paradise. Think fresh lobster, crab, all sorts of unique fish dishes prepared with local spices.
Okay, my mouth is already watering. What about traditional Maldivian cuisine? What are some of the must-try dishes?
You can't miss masuni. It's a traditional breakfast dish made with tuna, coconut, and chili. It's packed with flavor, a great way to start the day. Then there's bamboo kelu, a flavorful curry made with bamboo shoots, and garudia, a fish soup, a staple in Maldivian households. And of course, we can't forget about the tropical fruit, mangoes, bananas, coconuts, you name it.
Ooh, I love trying new foods. So are we talking fancy resort restaurants here, or can we find these dishes in more local spots?
That's the beauty of it. While those resort restaurants can be tempting, you'll get a much more authentic and affordable experience by exploring the local restaurants and cafes. Places like Sea House or Royal Garden Cafe. They offer incredible food with that Maldivian twist without breaking the bank.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's all about finding that balance, right? All right, now I'm really itching to see how this all fits into an actual itinerary. Are you ready to map out this dream 12-day trip?
Absolutely. Let's dive into those details. And remember, this is just a starting point, right? We're giving you the building blocks. You can customize everything to your own interests and budget. Okay, so let's start crafting that perfect 12-day Maldivian adventure. For the first 2 days, we're going to whisk you away to, well, a true slice of paradise. Hanifaru.
Oh, Hanifaru. I've heard whispers about this place. It's like the ultimate luxury escape, right?
Exactly. Imagine stepping off a seaplane right onto this private island. You're surrounded by crystal clear waters and lush vegetation. Your villa is going to be your own personal oasis, maybe even perched right over the water with that direct access to the lagoon.
Seaplane arrival, private villa, this is definitely next level stuff. But what about actually doing things? Is it just lounging around, or are there activities at Hanifaru itself?
Of course. You can spend that first day just easing into that relaxed island vibe. Think lounging on those pristine white sand beaches, taking a dip in that unbelievably blue water, or maybe even indulging in a spa treatment.
Okay, I'm already feeling zen just thinking about it. But I'm also the kind of traveler who likes a little bit of adventure. What about day 2?
Well, as the sun starts to set on that first day, how about a romantic sunset cruise? Imagine gliding across those calm waters, the sky just ablaze with color, maybe even spotting some dolphins playing in the distance.
Ooh, dolphins at sunset. That's definitely going on the itinerary. But I'm also craving a bit more action. What about something like fishing?
Well, Hanifaru offers these incredible fishing excursions. Whether you're a seasoned angler or a complete newbie, you'll have the chance to reel in some amazing catches. Imagine the thrill of battling a barracuda or a sailfish under the Maldivian sun.
Okay, that sounds epic. So we've got relaxation, we've got adventure. What's next on this dream trip?
On day 3, we're going to shake things up a bit and venture beyond the resort to explore that vibrant capital city, Malé.
Malé, the capital. I have to admit, I don't know much about it. What's it like?
It's this fascinating blend of modern and traditional. You'll see towering skyscrapers right alongside historic mosques and those colorful markets. It's a bustling hub of activity and a great place to kind of experience a different side of the Maldives.
So how do we even get to Malé from Hanifaru? Is it another seaplane ride?
We'll actually be taking a speedboat. The journey itself is part of the adventure, taking you past these picturesque islands, giving you just a glimpse into that local life along the way.
Okay, speedboat through paradise. I can definitely get on board with that. So what are the must-sees in Malé?
The first stop has to be the Grand Friday Mosque. It's a stunning architectural masterpiece, intricate carvings, a golden dome that really dominates the skyline.
A mosque, that's interesting. Are there any, customs or dress codes we should be aware of?
Absolutely. Remember to dress respectfully. Covering your shoulders and knees, it's a sign of respect for the local culture and traditions.
Makes sense. So after the mosque, where do we go?
How about a dose of history at the National Museum? You'll discover this treasure trove of artifacts and exhibits that chronicle, well, the history and heritage of the Maldives.
A museum. I love learning about the history and culture of the places I visit. What kind of artifacts can we expect to see?
Everything from ancient Buddhist relics to colonial-era treasures. It's a fascinating journey through time. And after soaking up some history, we can't miss the local market. It's a feast for the senses, with stalls just overflowing with exotic fruits, fragrant spices, and freshly caught seafood.
Ooh, a market.
Yeah.
That's definitely my kind of place.
Oh, sick.
So we explored the mosque, the museum, the market. It's lunchtime. Any recommendations?
Let's ditch those fancy restaurants and dive into the local culinary scene. How about some traditional Maldivian street food?
Street food, yes. That's always the best way to get a taste of those authentic local flavors. What kind of street food are we talking?
We could try Maafushi, that delicious tuna and coconut breakfast dish, or maybe some freshly grilled fish with a side of rice and those spicy curries.
My mouth is watering. Okay, so we've had our cultural fix. Our taste buds are happy. What's next on our Maldivian adventure?
Well, after a busy day exploring Malay, we'll head back to Maafushi for a well-deserved evening of relaxation.
Sounds like the perfect way to end the day, filled with those new experiences. All right, day 4, what's on the agenda?
Get ready for some serious underwater exploration. We're heading to some of the most incredible dive sites in the world.
Ooh, I was hoping we'd get back to that underwater world. Tell me more.
First up, Banana Reef. It's this legendary spot known for its vibrant coral formations, diverse marine life, and even some exciting swim-throughs. You might encounter everything from colorful reef fish to graceful manta rays.
Banana Reef, that name sounds so whimsical. But I'm guessing it's anything but tame underwater, right?
Yeah. You got it. And for even more experienced divers, there's HP Reef. It's famous for its dramatic drop-offs, strong currents, and just an abundance of pelagic fish. You might even spot sharks and barracuda.
Sharks. Now we're talking. This is the kind of adventure I was hoping for. So 2 incredible dive sites in one day. What's next?
Well, on day 5, let's explore a different kind of underwater world. Remember that underwater restaurant we mentioned? Sub 6.
Wait, are we actually going there? That's not just a hypothetical.
It's happening. Imagine descending 6 meters below the surface and dining amidst this panoramic coral garden. You can enjoy a delicious meal while watching colorful fish, graceful stingrays, even sharks glide past those floor-to-ceiling windows.
Okay, this trip just keeps getting better and better. Dinner and a show, underwater style. What could possibly top that?
Well, for days 6 and 7, we're going to trade in those luxurious overwater bungalows for, well, a more authentic Maldivian experience.
Oh, a change of pace. I love that we're getting a taste of both the high-end and the more local side of the Maldives. Where are we headed?
We'll be hopping on a speedboat and heading to this charming island, Vilangili. It's a world away from the glitz and glamour of the resorts, where you can really experience that true essence of Maldivian life.
Vilangili. Okay. So what's the vibe like on this island? What can we expect?
Vilangili is a small island, population of just a few hundred people, incredibly peaceful, laid back. You can stroll through those narrow streets, admire the traditional houses, and chat with the friendly locals. It's a great place to really soak up that local culture.
I love that idea. It's always so enriching to interact with locals and just get a feel for that everyday life.
Okay.
So besides strolling and chatting, what are some must-dos on Vilangili?
Well, for a taste of that local culture, we have to visit a traditional tea shop and sample some hidika.
Hidika. What are those?
Imagine these little savory pastries filled with delicious things like tuna, coconut, or vegetables. They're like Maldivian empanadas, bursting with flavor, and they're definitely a must-try when you're in the Maldives.
Okay, those sound amazing. Hidika are going on the list. And besides the culinary delights, what else can we do on Vilangili?
Well, Vilangili might be a local island, but it still boasts these stunning beaches, just as beautiful as those at the resorts, but without the crowds. We can swim, sunbathe, or simply relax under the shade of a palm tree.
Beach time, yes please. I'm all for swapping those crowds for some peace and quiet.
Exactly. And on day 7, how about we rent some bicycles and explore the island at our own pace?
A bike ride. That's such a fun way to get a feel for a place. Where can we cycle to?
We can follow the coastal roads, admire the lush vegetation, and stop at those hidden coves for a refreshing swim.
Sounds idyllic. I love the idea of exploring the island on 2 wheels. So we've had our dose of local life on Vilangili. Where to next?
Well, as the sun sets on day 7, we'll bid farewell to Vilangili and head back to Maafushi for a final night of luxury and relaxation.
Back to paradise. I have to admit, those overwater bungalows are calling my name again.
And for days 8 and 9, we're going to indulge in some serious pampering. Maafushi is renowned for its world-class spa, and it's time to experience it firsthand.
Spa time. Okay, I'm already relaxed just thinking about it. What kind of spa treatments are we talking about?
We can choose from a whole menu of amazing options. Traditional Maldivian massages, rejuvenating facials, or how about a yoga session overlooking the ocean?
Yoga with an ocean view. Sign me up. And after our spa day, we have to treat ourselves to something special there.
Absolutely. How about a romantic dinner on the beach? Imagine a table set up under the stars, the sound of the waves lapping at the shore, a delicious meal prepared with fresh local ingredients.
This trip is just pure magic. Okay, I'm officially pampered and recharged. What adventures await us for days 10 and 11?
Get ready for some island hopping. We're going to explore 2 very different islands, each offering a unique perspective on Maldivian life.
Island hopping. I love it. Variety is the spice of life, right? So which islands are we visiting?
First, we'll hop on a speedboat and head to Hulu. It's this bustling, man-made island just a short distance from Malé.
Hulale. I haven't heard of that one. What's it like?
Hulu is known for its modern infrastructure and that vibrant atmosphere. It's a stark contrast to the laid-back vibes of the resorts and the traditional charm of those local islands.
Interesting. So it's a more modern urban experience. What can we do there?
We can stroll along the promenade, check out the cafes and restaurants, and even visit Hulu Central Park.
A park in the Maldives. That's unexpected. And what about lunch? Any recommendations?
Hulu offers this mix of Maldivian and international cuisine, so we'll have plenty of options. We could try a local spot or maybe something a little more familiar.
Sounds good. So after Hulu, where do we hop to next?
We'll take another speedboat ride to a completely different island, Fuladu.
Fuladu. That name rings a bell. Isn't it known for its pristine beaches and amazing diving?
You got it. Fuladu is this tiny island, population of just a few hundred people, but it boasts some of the most beautiful beaches in the Maldives. And the diving here is legendary.
Okay, I'm sold. Diving and beaches. What more could you ask for? What kind of underwater sights can we expect at Fuladu?
Fuladu is surrounded by these vibrant coral reefs, teeming with marine life. You can expect to see colorful reef fish, turtles, stingrays, and even sharks.
Another chance to swim with sharks. Amazing. So we'll spend the afternoon snorkeling and exploring the underwater world of Fuladu. What about the evening?
As the sun starts to set, we'll find a secluded spot on the beach and just watch the sky transform into this canvas of vibrant colors.
Sounds like the perfect way to end our island hopping adventure. And on day 11, we'll soak up those last moments of Fuladu's charm before heading back to our luxurious haven at Maafushi for one final night.
Now for day 12, it's time to bid farewell to paradise and head back to reality. But before we go, we have one more adventure planned.
Ooh, a grand finale. I love it. What have you got in store for us?
We're going to take a scenic seaplane flight back to Malé. It's the perfect way to get a bird's-eye view of that stunning Maldivian archipelago.
A seaplane flight. That's the perfect way to say goodbye. Imagine soaring above those turquoise lagoons, the coral reefs shimmering below, and those picture-perfect islands just scattered like jewels across the ocean. It'll be a memory to treasure forever.
Exactly. And as we touch down in Malé, it's time to reflect on the incredible journey we've shared. From those luxurious resorts to those local islands, from underwater adventures to cultural discoveries, we've experienced the best of the Maldives.
And we've done it all while being mindful of our budget and respecting that local environment.
Right. And that brings us to some final thoughts before we let you go, dear listener.
What are your key takeaways from this Maldivian adventure? What do you want our listeners to remember as they start planning their own trips?
The Maldives is really a destination that has something for everyone. Whether you're seeking, luxury and indulgence or a more authentic, budget-friendly experience, you'll find it here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And no matter how you choose to spend your time in this paradise, just remember to embrace that local culture, respect the environment, and create memories that'll last a lifetime.
Beautifully said. It's so easy to get caught up in the excitement of planning a trip. But it's also important to remember that bigger picture.
Yeah.
And in the case of the Maldives, that bigger picture includes, the very real threat of climate change. The Maldives is actually the first country planning to relocate due to those rising sea levels.
Wow, that's a sobering thought. It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Knowing that this paradise is facing, such a serious challenge.
It does, and it makes experiencing the Maldives now all the more meaningful. It's a reminder to really appreciate the beauty of our planet and to do what we can to protect it.
Absolutely. But hey, enough doom and gloom. We're here to celebrate those incredible experiences, right, that the Maldives has to offer.
Oh.
And speaking of incredible experiences, before we wrap up, I have to ask you about something I just learned about.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's piqued your curiosity?
Okay, so we've talked a lot about those, iconic overwater bungalows, but have you ever heard of underwater villas?
Underwater villas, you mean like actually sleeping beneath the waves?
That's what I'm talking about. Is that even a real thing?
It is in the Maldives. The
Yeah.
Conrad Maldives Rannalhi Island offers this truly unique experience, the Muraka. It's this luxurious two-level residence where the master bedroom is submerged over 16 feet below the surface of the ocean.
Whoa, hold on. You're telling me I could wake up to panoramic views of marine life swimming right outside my window? That's like next-level luxury.
It certainly is. And while it's definitely a splurge, it's just a testament to those innovative and extraordinary experiences the Maldives has to offer.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into the Maldives, a place that's both a paradise and a stark reminder of the importance of protecting our planet.
We've covered everything from those luxurious resorts and budget-friendly guest houses to those thrilling water sports, those cultural encounters, and, well, those unbelievable underwater experiences.
We've tasted delicious food, explored bustling cities and tranquil islands, and hopefully inspired you to create your own Maldivian adventure.
And remember, what we've shared is just a starting point. The true beauty of travel really lies in crafting that journey that reflects your own unique interests and desires.
Exactly. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your Maldivian escape today. Embrace the magic, respect the environment, and create memories that will last a lifetime. Until next time, happy travels.